Hi everyone, welcome to your Gentle Flow class. My name's Kylie, if we haven't met before. If you're at home doing this class, it could be a nice idea to have a blanket perhaps with you. It can just help support some of your shapes or even just create a little bit more comfort as you settle in or for your relaxation at the end of your class. So completely up to you and not necessary. So if you are doing this on your lunch break, perhaps in some space in your workspace, then that is completely okay. Not to have any props with you other than your mat and a little bit of space around you. So we'll start today, any position that you feel comfortable. So feel free to find a seated position as I have here, or lie yourself down onto the mat. So you might like to come down to a lying position. And from here, you could have the soles of the feet on the mat, the knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Maybe you have the soles of your feet together and your knees are falling out to the sides. Or you may choose to straighten your legs out and just allow everything to fall out to the side of the body here. So finding a position where you feel most comfortable to start your class. And then once you get there, just closing down your eyes. And from here, let's just begin to draw our attention inwards. So we'll start with our check-in. Notice how you're feeling on all levels. So checking in, how are you feeling physically today? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling mentally? And what is it that is standing out for you today? Or this evening, if it's nighttime for you. Is there one thing that you can really notice? Perhaps it's an injury in your body, something physical that you can notice. Some sensation. Might be temperature. Maybe there's something really standing out, like an emotion or a thought. And just watching those thoughts, seeing if you can allow them just to pass through. So not trying to think of nothing, just trying to slow down that thought process, that movement from thought to thought. Allowing thoughts to drift in, acknowledging those thoughts and allowing thoughts to drift out. And then let's check in a little further with the physical body. So let's do a scan from our head all the way down to the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes. Just notice anywhere that you are holding any tension. Maybe there's some tightness in the body, in the neck, the shoulders. You could create a little bit of movement gently just to help you find that, or you can stay in stillness and search the body. How is your body feeling today? And just drawing awareness to those areas where you notice tension and tightness so that you can really focus on perhaps being a little more gentle with those areas today as we move through our shapes and our poses and our flows. Perhaps you want to really focus on sending your breath to those areas as we release tension. And then beginning to check in with your breath. So what is the quality of your breath today? Is the breath coming with ease? Does the breath feel tight? Does the breath feel restricted? Does the breath feel nice and long and deep and smooth? What breath have you arrived with? Without changing that breath, just notice it. Notice your inhales and notice your exhales. And we'll move through our deep belly breathing as we tend to do at the beginning of most classes with me, so that we can really just begin to draw that awareness to our breath and start to naturally create longer, deeper more meaningful breaths. So nice conscious breathing. You could bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. You can really get some feedback and feel for that breath. As we inhale in through the nose, first send the breath just into your chest, and then exhale, release the air out from your chest. That may be where you feel that you've been breathing to most of the day, just into that chest area, which is quite shallow. Let's try to expand that breath with ease into the rib cage as well. So not forcing the breath, but just naturally allowing it to become that little bit longer. So inhale in through the nose, send the breath into the chest, and then allow the rib cage just to draw outwards. And then exhale, release from the rib cage, release from the chest, and exhale out through your nose. Continuing with a few rounds of breath here. So in through the nose, into the chest, expanding the rib cage out. Exhale, softening from the rib cage, from the chest, out through the nose. And if you feel comfortable lengthening further, let's go into the belly. So inhaling in through the nose, sending that air into the chest, expanding the rib cage out, and then expanding the belly up. So feel that belly fill up. And then exhale, release from the belly, release from the rib cage, release from the chest. Breathe out through your nose. Inhale in through the nose, into the chest, expanding the rib cage, expanding the belly. Exhale, releasing the air. And just doing this at your own pace, so knowing to always do everything at your own pace, move in your own way. I'm just here to guide you guys. And let's do 3 big breaths in through our nose, and then we'll exhale, sigh, and release the air out through the mouth. So inhaling in through the nose, fill all the way up. Open the mouth, exhale, release. Big release out. Do that again. Inhale in through the nose. Fill all the way up. Feel the spine lengthen. Exhale. Release the air. One last breath like this. Inhaling in through the nose. Fill all the way up. Spine lengthens. Exhale. Releasing all the air out. Beautiful work. If you are in a seated position, making your way down onto the mat, you may already be there if you've started lying down. Let's just begin to create a bit more movement now into the body. We'll hug the knees in towards the chest. You could do this nice and tight and close to the body, or you could separate the knees out. So you're creating a bit more space perhaps for the body. And just some gentle circles here. One direction, gentle circles in the other direction. Allowing the feet to come down onto the mat, taking the arms out to either side of the body. Let's take the knees over to one side, finding your first spinal twist. So see if you can keep both shoulders down here on the mat. Gaze could be up. Maybe you're looking over your opposite shoulder. You might like to straighten the top leg. Maybe you like to straighten the bottom leg. Notice what you feel here in your body. Remembering that your yoga practice is about how you feel, not what you look like. So moving and creating shapes that feel right in your body. Your version of a shape will look different to everyone else's version of that same shape. Let's take one deep breath here, expand that ribcage out, and release. Next inhale breath, bring the knees through center. Let's go over to the other side, find that twist. The knees falling over now to the left. And again, just being nice and gentle with your body. It is, could be the first twist that you've done today. It might be first thing in the morning for you, so maybe the body really needs you to be nice and gentle to warm up into this. Maybe it's the end of the day and you've been sitting a lot and your body's feeling quite tight. So never forcing a shape. Take one big breath here and release. And then let's inhale, come back through the center. Taking hold of those knees, let's rock and roll. My favorite bit, up and down the mat. I hope you guys find these as fun as I do. Little rock and rolls, nice and gentle. And then when you have finished with your rock and rolls, just as many as you need, let's flip ourselves up into our 4-point kneeling position. So here we come into 4-point kneeling, ready for our cats and our cows. So we're going to set up with those wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, breath, the belly drops, the gaze will lift, chest expands. Exhale, press the ground away. Arch the spine, gaze between your knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press the ground away. Find some strength as you arch. Inhale, drop the belly, creating space. Separating those shoulder blades. Sorry, not separating them, squeezing them together. We're going to separate the shoulder blades as we press the mat away and then squeeze them together as we drop the belly. So as you drop that belly, think about your collarbone really broadening out. So we drop the belly down, it's like we're smiling those collarbones forward and then pressing that ground away. Couple more here, maybe some movement. Might feel good to just bring those hips from side to side. Feel your pace moving with your own breath here. And then when you finish your last one, let's bring those big toes to touch. Knees out nice and wide. Sit back towards your heels. Find your first child's pose. So you may like to bring your forehead down onto the mat. Perhaps you're making fists, 2 fists to place your forehead down onto. Or you may have a yoga block at home. If the forehead doesn't quite reach. And reaching those arms forward here, really lengthening out. Feeling that nice stretch through the back body, through the shoulders. Perhaps you feel this in the hips. And gently walking yourself back to your 4-point kneeling position when you are ready. And let's come into our thread the needle here. So as you inhale, we're going to lift the right arm up towards the sky. We'll do this a few times before we thread. The inhale, just planting back down. Good. Let's open up, reach towards the sky. And then plant the hand back down. One more here. Inhale, breath, reaching up. Exhale, breath, bring the right arm through underneath the body. Under the left arm, and then bringing your right shoulder down onto the mat. Maybe the forehead as well. If this isn't available to you, perhaps you could use a cushion or a pillow or your blanket to prop your head up higher if you want the support. And then pressing through your left hand. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hand plants down. Moving to the other side, let's inhale, lift our left arm up. Exhale, release. We've got 3 of these before we thread. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. One more and we thread through. So let's inhale, reaching it up. Exhale, thread the needle. That left arm under the right. Maybe reaching your right arm forward here. And breathing here into this nice stretch for the shoulders. Notice how it feels in your body. Gently walking your hands back down. If you moved it, press your right hand, reach it up. And place that hand back down. Beautiful work. Let's find our first downward facing dog. So come back to your 4-point kneeling position. Up towards the top of the mat here. Tuck your toes under. We're going to press through the hands and then send our hips up really nice and high. So pressing through your hands, sending your hips up high towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out in your down dog, so dropping one heel and then the other. Beautiful. And we're finding that nice long spine here, so length from the crown of the head to the tail. Maybe big bends in your knees. If it feels okay for you, dropping your heels down towards the mat. Good. Let's walk our feet towards our hands. Finding your first forward fold here, so big bends in those knees, belly to thighs, if that feels okay. Interlacing your hands around your elbows. You can release through the neck, nodding your head yes and no. Maybe your hands are down towards the mat and you're straightening your legs, or bending and straightening. So let's press through our feet. Inhale, we're going to rise all the way up to standing. Palms will touch overhead. Then bring your hands to your heart center here. Beautiful. Let's find our mountain pose. So standing at the top of your mat, just shifting your weight from one foot to the other foot. Maybe closing down your eyes. Can you notice what it feels like to have your weight shifting from side to side? And then maybe back and forward with that weight. What does that feel like for you? Into the toes, into the heels. Eyes are closed down. Maybe a few rolls for the shoulders while we're here standing. So just rolling the shoulders back and down. And the other way, forward and down. And it can feel really nice to help release through the neck and the shoulders by actually creating a little bit of tension first and then allowing the shoulders to drop. So I'm going to turn to face you, but stay as you are. Shrugging those shoulders up towards the ears as tight as you can, create some tension. And then exhale, release those shoulders down. Let's do a few of these shrugs. Inhale, creating that tension, shrugging up. Exhale, release down. 2 more like this. Inhale, shrugging those shoulders up. Exhale, release them down. 1 more, shrugging up and releasing down. Beautiful. Coming back to that mountain here. I'm going to find the center of our feet and just send our weight there. And then let's think about our thigh bones. Going to turn outward slightly so we can find some engagement through our legs here. And think about stacking those ribs on top of the hips so that core engages. Then arms are turning, palms to face forward. Imagine the crown of the head being drawn up towards the sky, creating length through the spine. Closing down the eyes, finding your mountain pose. Softening those shoulders down. Breathing here. Then bringing your hands to your heart. Let's inhale, bring those arms all the way up. Arms touch overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's lift halfway, so nice flat back here. Create that length through the spine, length through those legs, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Press through your feet. Rise all the way up, beginning to flow now. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. We're going to plant our hands down and find our downward facing dog. So stepping back, down dog, and then flowing forward with your inhale breath. Maybe you lower your knees down onto the mat here, or you stay in a high plank position. Exhale, down dog. A few rounds here. Inhale, rolling forward, flowing forward. Exhale, pressing back, down dog. Inhale, flowing forward. Exhale, down dog. One more. Flow it forward, inhale. Lower the knees. Lower everything down onto the mat. Beautiful. We're going to find our baby cobra here. So hands come beside your rib cage. Plant everything down. So remember, hips down, thighs down, tops of the feet down. Inhale, breath, lift just your chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, just the chest is lifting. Shoulder blades back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, just the chest lifts. Exhale, lower. If you'd like to move into this a little bit deeper, as you inhale, press through the hands. Straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So you may be there, maybe you're here. Good, one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Good, tuck your toes, press through your hands. Find your down dog. Step to the top of your mat. So right foot steps forward, then left. Good. Press through your feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Step it back, downward facing dog. Let's try that flow once again. So inhale, roll it forward. This time you can choose to lower from high plank if you want to work with a little bit of strength here, or from the knees. Lower all the way down. Inhale, lifting your chest. Exhale, find your down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your left leg towards the sky. Let's bend at our knee. We're going to open our hip. So bring your right knee up towards the sky, encasing under the shoulder. Look for the left foot. Breathe here. And then gently placing that foot back down, other side. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Open the hip. And releasing back down. Good. Stepping your left foot forward. Coming to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Press through your feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. And step back, downward facing dog. Coming into your child's pose here, bring those knees down. Hips back to the heels. Take a little breather here. So settling into your child's pose, whatever shape feels good for you. Maybe those knees are nice and wide. Perhaps those knees are together. Your arms can be forward. Or you might feel better bringing them back behind you. Create a little ball. See what works for you. And taking your few breaths here. And when you are ready, making your way gently back to your 4-point kneeling, and then gently into your downward facing dog. Let's walk the feet to the top of the mat. Press through the feet as you inhale and rise up. And then exhale, fold. Good, we're going to plant our hands down, so bend your knees so your hands can plant down, and step back with your left foot. From here, we're going to come up into a high lunge, so you can press through those feet and rise all the way up. Arms reach up towards the sky. High lunge here. Finding your balance, if you need to, you could shuffle your front foot out a little towards the edge of your mat. That will help you. Setting the shoulders back. Take a big inhale breath, reach up towards the sky. As you exhale, we're going to find warrior two pose. So we rotate here. Keep the bend in the front knee. Arms out to the sides, gaze over your front fingertips. So you want to be nice and strong through both our legs here. Soften the shoulders down. Gazing over your middle finger. Soften that gaze and breathe. Keep that bend in your front knee. Flip your front palm. We're going to reverse our warrior. So keeping that front knee nice and steady. Just reversing these arms. That right arm will reach up towards the sky. And the left arm will reach down, gently down the back leg. And as we reach back, we're still drawing that front knee forward. Releasing through the sideways, perhaps into the hip. Inhale, coming forward. Finding our warrior two. Good. We're going to rotate the back toes to face the front. Find your high lunge pose. And then place your hands down onto the mat and step forward into your forward fold. Press through the feet. Let's gently rise. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands down. Step back now with your right foot, so our left foot is forward. I'm terrible with my lefts and rights, guys. Press through your feet, find your high lunge. Maybe you shuffle that foot out again, find your balance. Breathing here. Excellent. Now moving into warrior two on the other side. So rotating that back foot down. Keeping that big bend into that front knee. Really focusing on the body being nice and centered here. Arms out to the sides. And then gazing over the front fingertips. So we're gazing over the middle finger here. Beautiful. Little piece of hair in my face. Have yoga problems. Good. Keeping everything as it is here, except flipping that palm. Now let's begin to bring the left arm up and the right arm down. Keep that bend in that front knee, reaching back. Gaze wherever you feel, maybe down, maybe forward, maybe up. Let's be light with these back fingertips. Inhale, bring it forward, warrior two. Rotate those back toes to face the front. Back to your high lunge, plant your hands down. Step forward, forward fold. And then press through your feet. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Finding a balance pose here. Let's do our tree pose today. So I'm going to turn to face you, but you can stay at the top of your mat as so. Let's go back to shifting that weight from one foot to the other. Noticing what that feels like. Eventually, the weight will all shift into the right foot. Let's allow ourselves to land onto that right foot here. Really ground down. We want to think about all those foundations in our mountain pose, so the rib cage drawing down towards the hips, our nice long spine. Then you can bring that left foot so that the heel is just onto the inside of the right leg. Hands come to heart center. Pressing the hands together so palms are pressing towards one another. Crown of the head drawing up towards the sky. And maybe you want to come a little further into this. Let's begin to slide the left foot up the right leg. Wherever it comes to, without you needing to grab hold of the foot and place it there. Lightly allowing that foot to rest onto the right thigh, perhaps, or the calf. Really grounding down through that right foot. Finding your tree pose. Arms maybe floating up, creating some little tree branches. Maybe it's really windy and we're wobbling here. It's okay. If you do fall out of your tree, just gently come back in. You might want to challenge your balance, close your eyes, or maybe covering one eye and then the other. Just see what happens. Hands gently coming back through center. Bringing your left knee in towards you first and then releasing back down. Little shake out if you need for your ankles, perhaps a roll. And then moving into your tree on the other side. We're going to shift all of our weight now into the left foot. And once we're there, we're going to ground down through the left foot. Grow nice and tall in our tree pose. Placing that right heel to the inside of the left leg. Hands come to heart center. Maybe we begin to drift that foot up the leg, just wherever it comes to naturally. And pressing down a little firmer with our left foot so that we can grow tall, find that nice length. Maybe growing our branches out. Maybe they're wobbling. Perhaps we close our eyes down. Or move your gaze around the room. That can really challenge your balance as well. So if you want to focus on your balance, find a spot to focus your gaze. A little spot on the floor. If you want to challenge your balance, perhaps look towards the corner of a room and then the other. Hands come back through center, knee in, foot down, release. Beautiful trees. Coming to the top of your mat. Let's flow down here now. So inhale, arms come up, reach, big reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands plant down. Step back. Your last downward facing dog today. Inhale, flow forward. Maybe lowering the knees down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting the chest. And exhale, lying yourself back down. We're going to stay here on our bellies. Trying to come out really nice and wide to the sides of your body here. I'm going to begin to roll ourselves over towards the left side. So I'm actually going to bend through my right elbow now. So I have my right hand down with my right elbow up, but my left arm is flat out. From here, I'm going to begin to roll myself over And just bringing that right foot back behind the body as well. Bring into a nice stretch with the shoulder. So I will show you what that looks like from the other side in case you're confused. Once you've found that stretch, that release for the shoulder, just breathing here. You may find a way that feels a little bit better for you. Maybe you've kept your legs straight. Maybe you've tucked your knees up. And taking 2 more breaths here. When you finish your 2 breaths, gently rolling onto your belly. Extending the right arm, bending the left, and rolling over onto that right shoulder. And then coming back through the center when you're ready. You may like to stay on your belly today for your relaxation. That is fine. If you would prefer to move onto your back, just rolling yourself over, you can stay facing this way. Rolling over onto your back. Just creating any last little movements that you might need before you settle in. And maybe taking a few deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale, sighing or releasing that air out through your mouth. Finding your comfortable relaxation position, whatever that may be. Closing down your eyes. Noticing how you feel here and now. Allowing everything to soften, and the whole body to be still. Just giving yourself this time. You're not rushing up and off. You've allowed yourself these 40 minutes. Just softening down. And if you do have a little bit more time today, feel free to stay here in your relaxation. No need to get up to say goodbye to me. If you do need to end your practice after 40 minutes, really gently beginning to introduce some movement back into your fingers and your toes perhaps. Maybe a big stretch overhead if you're lying down on your back. A few deep breaths. And gently making your way up to a seated position on your mat. Again, feel free to stay if you do have time to stay. And thank you guys for joining me for Gentle Flow. Enjoy the rest of your week. Namaste.